Hey there, fellow Americans. If you've been anxiously waiting for news about your Social Security benefits, I've got some exciting updates that you won't want to miss. But before we dive into the details of the October 2025 Social Security raise, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on crucial financial updates that could affect your wallet. Breaking news has just been announced regarding the Social Security Administration's latest cost of living adjustment, COLA, and it's something that millions of Americans have been eagerly anticipating. The question on everyone's mind is, how much more money will beneficiaries receive in 2025? Well, I'm here to break down everything you need to know about this significant development. The Social Security Administration has officially announced a 3.2% increase in benefits for 2025. Which will impact more than 71 million Americans. You might be wondering, what does this mean for me and my family? Let's put this into perspective. If you're currently receiving the average Social Security retirement benefit of $1,848 per month, you'll see your monthly payment increase by approximately $59, bringing your new monthly benefit to around $1,907. This raise will take effect with benefits payable to more than 66 million Social Security beneficiaries in January 2025. But here's what's really interesting and something many people don't realize: this adjustment isn't just for retirees. The increase will also affect Supplemental Security Income (SSI) recipients, with those changes beginning December 29, 2024. Are you wondering if you're among those who qualify for this increase? Well, if you're receiving any type of Social Security benefit, whether it's retirement, disability, or survivor benefits, this raise applies to you. Now, you might be thinking, is this increase enough to keep up with rising costs? That's a valid concern, and here's what you need to understand about how this number was calculated. The COLA is based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW, specifically looking at the third quarter data from the previous year. The Social Security Administration uses this method to ensure benefits keep pace with inflation, but does it really cover all your needs? Let's talk about something that many people overlook: the Medicare Part B premium changes that often coincide with COLA announcements. For 2025, Medicare Part B premiums are projected to increase slightly, which could impact the net amount of your Social Security raise. But don't worry. There's a special hold harmless provision that ensures your Social Security benefit won't decrease due to Medicare premium increases. Here's a crucial point that many people miss: if you're still working and haven't claimed your Social Security benefits yet, this COLA will still affect you. How? The increase influences your future benefit amount, even if you're not currently receiving payments. This is because your potential benefit grows with each COLA, regardless of when you plan to start collecting. Speaking of working, let's address an important question: what about the earnings limit? For 2025, the earnings limit for people reaching full retirement age will also be adjusted. If you're under full retirement age for the entire year, you can earn more before your benefits are reduced. This is particularly important for those of you who are working while collecting Social Security benefits. But there's more to this story that affects millions of Americans. The COLA increase also impacts other important numbers, such as the maximum amount of earnings subject to Social Security tax. For 2025, this ceiling will be adjusted upward, affecting both workers and employers. Are you aware of how this might impact your paycheck if you're still in the workforce? Let's dive deeper into who exactly qualifies for this increase. If you're receiving any of these benefits, pay attention: retirement benefits, disability benefits, SSI, survivor benefits, or family benefits based on a beneficiary's work record. But here's something many people don't realize: the increase also affects several Social Security thresholds and limits, including the Substantial Gainful Activity (SGA) amount for people with disabilities. Now, you might be wondering about the timing of these payments. When exactly will you see this increase in your account? The Social Security Administration distributes payments on different days based on your birth date. If your birthday falls between the 1st Street and 10th, you'll receive your payment on the second Wednesday of each month. For birthdays between the 11th and 20th, it's the third Wednesday, and for birthdays between the 21 Street and 31 Stone, it's the fourth Wednesday. Here's something crucial that many beneficiaries overlook: this COLA increase might affect your tax situation. If you're receiving Social Security benefits, you should consider whether the increase might push your combined income into a range where your benefits become taxable. Have you thought about how this might affect your tax planning for 2025? Let's talk about strategies to make the most of this increase. First, review your budget and consider how this extra money can best serve your needs. Could it help cover rising healthcare costs? Should you put it toward emergency savings? Or could it help pay down any existing debt? These are important questions to consider as you plan for 2025. But there's another aspect that's often overlooked: the impact on specific groups of beneficiaries. For example, did you know that disabled workers and their dependents account for about 13% of all Social Security benefits paid? This COLA increase is particularly significant for these individuals who often face higher healthcare costs and limited income opportunities. Here's a critical point about SSI recipients: while the COLA applies to your benefits, you still need to stay within the program's strict asset limits to maintain eligibility. Are you aware of these limits and how they might affect your situation? It's essential to understand these rules to avoid any disruptions in your benefits. Looking ahead, what can we expect for future COLAs? While it's impossible to predict with certainty, understanding the factors that influence these adjustments can help you better plan for the future. The key elements include inflation rates, consumer prices, and overall economic conditions. How do you think these factors might affect future benefit adjustments? Now, let's address some common misconceptions about the 2025 COLA. Some people believe that different beneficiaries receive different percentage increases. This isn't true. The COLA applies uniformly to all Social Security benefits. However, the dollar amount of your increase will vary based on your current benefit amount. For those of you who are caregivers or have family members receiving benefits, this information is particularly important. The COLA increase affects not just individual beneficiaries but also family maximum benefits. Have you considered how this might impact your family's total benefit amount? Here's something practical you should do. Mark your calendar for December 2024. That's when you'll receive a notice from the Social Security Administration detailing your new benefit amount for 2025. This notice will provide important information about your specific increase and any changes to your Medicare premiums if applicable. Let's talk about advocacy and staying informed. While this 3.2% increase is helpful, many advocacy groups continue to push for changes in how COLAs are calculated. They argue that the current method doesn't adequately reflect the spending patterns of seniors, particularly regarding healthcare costs. What are your thoughts on this issue? For those of you wondering about state-specific impacts, remember that some states tax Social Security benefits differently. Have you checked how your state handles Social Security income and whether this increase might affect your state tax situation? Finally, let's discuss some practical steps you should take in light of this announcement. First, review your budget and adjust for the new amount. Second, consider any changes to your tax withholding if needed. Third, evaluate whether this increase affects your eligibility for other income-based programs or benefits. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that staying informed about Social Security changes is crucial for maintaining your financial well-being. Remember to subscribe to this channel for more updates on Social Security, retirement planning, and other important financial topics that affect your daily life. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I share new information about benefits, changes in regulations, and money-saving tips. Speaking of staying informed, what questions do you have about the 2025 COLA increase? Share them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to address them in upcoming videos. Your engagement helps me create content that's most valuable to you and our community of informed beneficiaries. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your financial future. The more you understand about your benefits, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions about your financial well-being. Stay tuned for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video.